Good morning, second graders. Today we're on page 129 of your student journal, page 129. And our objective is today I will solve one step subtraction, and I'm going to write sideways so I don't run out of room. One step subtraction word problems with a change unknown. Okay, so we're still doing subtraction. What we had done before is we had the start unknown, but now we have the change unknown. So this is going to be our new part with a change unknown. So let's look at what that means. We have our clue operation words. So terms that help you decide which operation to use to solve a word problem. So we see all these subtraction terms: less than, reduced by, minus, difference, fewer than, how many fewer, how many more, how many were left, or how much change. Now this isn't all of them. We might see ones that aren't on this list, but these are some of the more common ones. Okay, here's talking about the change unknown. Word problems give information about the starting number, or the minuend, and the difference, which is our answer, but the taken away, or the subtrahend, is not known. So I have my starting number of 34. I don't know what's taken away. This is sometimes called the change, because I don't know how I'm changing this number, or the subtrahend, but I do know the difference. So I know the whole, but I don't know this part, but I do know this part. Okay, now we're going to add something to these notes. I know that I can take the whole and subtract one part and get the other part. I also can take the whole and I could subtract either part to get the other part. So I could say whole take away one part gives me this part, or I can say whole take away this part gives me this part. So I could set it up either way, and that's going to be important to understand today, okay? Let's look at our steps. It says we're going to read the problem, identify any operation clue words, and we're going to kind of underline those. Then I'm going to use a tape diagram to identify the whole and to identify the parts. I'm going to write an equation to represent the tape diagram. And then I'm going to solve for the unknown using any previously learned strategy. So the strategies we've been using most often are the place value strategy and the draw a picture strategy. Okay, so friends, I'm going to get started and show you what this looks like. Here is my first problem. And it says, Myra picked 36 apples from the orchard. She used some of the apples to make apple pie. After she made the pie, she still had 28 apples. How many apples did she use for the pie? Okay, so notice we actually don't see any of our clue operation words that were from our list. There's none of them from our list. I know it's subtraction because when they say how many did she use, this is kind of the key, that they want to know what was taken away, what the change was. Okay, so we're going to see that often, friends, that we're not going to see the exact clue words we're looking for. Okay, so what do we know? I'm going to draw my tape diagram. Okay, it says Myra picked 36 apples from the orchard. So I know the starting number. She had 36. Then it says she used some of the apples. Some means I don't know how many. That's my unknown. When it says some, I don't know what that is. So that's my unknown. I can do a square for my unknown. So she used some of the apples to make apple pie. After she made the pie, she still had 28 apples. So there were still 28 left. So this is my difference. So my equation could be whole subtract one part equals the other part. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually write it the other way. I'm going to say whole subtract this part equals this part. Because then I have an equation that I know how to solve. Because I can subtract either part and I will be left with the other part. So now that I have my equation, I just need to choose a strategy. I think I'm going to choose for this one, I'm going to choose the draw a picture strategy. So I'm going to set up my place value chart. And I only have ones and tens, so I don't need to have hundreds. I have my ones and my tens, and I'm going to label these. I should have left more room, friends. Sorry, ones and tens. Okay, so for draw a picture strategy, I draw my subtrahend. I draw what I have. So what do I have? I have 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, and I have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I don't draw my minuend. I don't draw my change. I'm going to take away my change. Now when I subtract, I always start with the ones column. So what do I need to subtract first? 8 ones. Am I going to have enough to subtract 8 ones? Nope. So I'm going to need to regroup. I'm going to take that 10 away, and I'm going to turn it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones. So I regrouped. Now I have enough ones to take away the 8. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they also want me to subtract 2 tens. 1, 2. Okay, so what do I have left? What's my answer then? Over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. And over here I have 0 tens. So my difference is 8, which means my change was 8. So Myra had picked 36 apples. She used 8 apples to make the apple pie, and then she still had 28 left. So my change in my word problem was 8. Okay, let's look at another one of these. Here's my next one, and it says, Tony had 73 baseball cards. He gave some to his little brother, and now he has 59 cards left. How many baseball cards did Tony give his little brother? Okay, so let's set up our tape diagram. So it says Tony had 73 baseball cards. So we know the starting number. We know what he has to start with. It says he gave some to his little brother. So we don't know what that is. When it says he gave some, that we don't know. So this is actually our change, but we don't know what our changing number is. It says, and now he has 59 cards left. So 59 would be our difference. So we have our whole, and we have one of our parts, but we're missing this part. So what do we know? We can say whole, take away one part equals the other part. But we can also go the opposite direction and say whole, take away this part equals this part. So this one is the one I'm going to solve. Okay, so ready, friends? I'm going to do a different strategy. I'm going to use my place value strategy for this one. So I'm still going to set it up, my ones and tens and my answer. And let's label those ones and tens. So what do I have? My subtrahend is 73. So I have 7 tens, which is 70, and 3 ones, which is 3. And then I'm going to subtract 59, which is 5 tens is 50, and 9 ones is 9. Okay, so we always start in our ones column. Ready? So I have 3, subtract 9. That is not going to work, friends. So I need to take 10 away from here. So if I take 10 from 70, I'm left with 60. And if I add 10 to my 3, I have 3 plus 10 is 13. So now I can say 13, take away 9. When I can count up, I can say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I get 4. And 60, take away 50 is 10. So I have 10 plus 4 is 14. So my change was 14. So now we know that he had 73 baseball cards, but he gave 14 to his little brother, and now he has 59 left. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do some of these together. We are on page 130, and here's our first problem. Kiki had 87 stickers. She gave some stickers to her friend and kept 38 for herself. How many stickers did she give her friend? Okay, let's start by setting up a tape diagram. Okay, let's go back and read our question again. Kiki had 87 stickers. So we know our starting number is 87. We know our starting number. Okay, then it says she gave some stickers to her friend. So our change, we don't know, some. They just said she gave some. So we don't know how many she gave away. So we're going to use a square for that. It says, and kept 38 for herself. So that would be our difference. Okay, so we have our whole and we have our 2 parts. So I can set my equation up as whole subtract 1 part equals the other part. So this is my subtrahend, take away my change or my minuend. Boys and girls, I have been saying the wrong words. I apologize. This is my minuend, subtract my subtrahend equals my difference. I apologize. I've been saying subtrahend for minuend. Okay, so, but I know that I can also go the opposite direction. I can say 87 subtract the other part, so whole take away this part equals this part. Okay, so now that we did it correctly, or a way that we can answer it, and we have our minuend that we're going to subtract our subtrahend, and here will be our difference. I am so sorry, friends, that I was using the wrong vocabulary. Okay, ready? So let's make our place value chart. Please don't go ahead because we're going to choose our strategy together. Okay, ready? Okay, so for this one, we're going to use the place value strategy. So let's put our place values on top, our 1s and 10s. Okay, so for 87, we have 8 10s, which is 80. So don't leave some room up here. So I'm going to put my 80 here. I always want to leave some room on top. So 8 10s is 80 and 7 1s is 7. And we're going to subtract 38, which has 3 10s. So that 3 10s is 30 and 8 1s is 8. Okay, when we subtract, we always do our 1s first. So we have 7 1s, subtract 8 1s. That's not going to be possible. I can't take away more than I have. So we need to come over here and we need to take 10 from 80. So if we take 10 away from 80, we're going to have 70. And we're going to bring those 10 over here. So 7 plus 10 is 17. Okay, now we can subtract. So if we have 17 1s, take away 8 1s, you could count up if you need to. So I could say I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I'm getting 9. And then 70 take away 30 would be 40. So our answer is 40 plus 9, which is 49. And I can't really fit it inside there. But so our story says Kiki had 87 stickers. She gave 49 to her friend, and she kept 38 for herself. Okay, if you need to pause the video to have your notes, please do that. All right, let's look at our last one together. Before lunch started, Kevin counted 44 cartons of milk in the lunch cart. Some students brought milk cartons at lunchtime. After lunch, there were bought lunch. Let me read that one more time. Some students bought milk cartons at lunchtime. After lunch, there were 6 cartons of milk remaining in the cart. How many cartons of milk were bought during lunch? So if they bought them, that means they took some away from the cart. Okay, so ready? Let's do our tape diagram. Okay, and it says, before lunch started, Kevin counted 44 cartons of milk. So that's our starting number, or a whole. We know that we started with 44. And then it says some students bought milk cartons at lunch. Some. We don't know how many. That's going to be our change. We don't know how many. We don't know what was taken from the 44. But what we know is after lunch, there were 6 cartons of milk left. So there were 6 left. Okay, so our equation is whole subtract one part equals the other part. But we can also say whole subtract that part equals the other part. And then we have an equation to solve. Okay, so ready? Let's draw our place value chart. We have our 1s and 10s, and let's label our equation. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do my draw picture strategy. So I'm going to draw what I have. So I have 4 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 1s. Okay, and they want us to take away 6 1s. Are we going to have enough to take away 6 1s? No, I don't have enough. So we're going to regroup. Let's take away a 10. And let's bring that 10 over here. And a 10 is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones. Okay, now can we take away 6 ones? Yes, so let's take them away. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what do we have left? Ready? Because we don't have to take any 10s away, that's all they needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 1s left, and we have 1, 2, 3 10s left. So our answer is 38. And I don't have room to fit it there, boys and girls. But our story then says, Kevin counted 48 cartons of milk. 38 students must have bought milk cartons, so there was only 6 left after lunch. Okay, friends, I apologize for using the wrong vocabulary earlier, but have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.